Hey guys, Cold here. Welcome to another Racial Legends video. Guys, today we're going to be going over Fenshi, one of the other epics needed for the Brogni fusion. Guys, I'm on the test server right now, 2,800,000 gems, but but we're testing out just this guy, Fenshi. Where is he? Here he is. So the way that I built Fenshi is based on his skills and what I think would be best for him. Just based on the cooldowns of also his skills. So let's go over them first before we go back to the gearing. Hate Blades attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. This goes all the way to 40%. That's not bad for a triple hitting attack. It means you'll definitely, well, not definitely, you'll be hitting that decreased speed most of the times. Then his A2, Nowhere to Run, attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 50% chance of decreasing the target's perimeter by 15%. This is a pretty good skill, by the way. This goes 75% chance to decrease the perimeter by 15%. Basically 45% decrease on a 2-turn cooldown. I think this is amazing, and that's why I have him in the Relentless set. Getting those extra turns, and then it means this skill will be used more frequently. You'll be reducing the perimeter way more often. I think he's just great. And then a Killer's Bile attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit places a 5% poison debuff for 3 turns. 3-turn cooldown, 3 turns duration. It means you'll be having those poisons up whenever you have this ready, but it means you'll need to book it. We'll ignore 10% of the target's defense for each poison debuff on the target. So if you use him in a clan boss situation, then he will be doing some damage. But thing is, the best clan boss setup that I think of him right now is possibly a double man-eater unkillable, where you can also use somebody that brings in a defense down and a weaken, and also somebody that can apply maybe way more poisons for Frenchie to actually get the maximum benefit out of this. But because he gets like 30% out of his 3 poisons, then maybe you have a defense down at 60%. You would need only 1 extra poison to get maximum defense penetration. So maybe that slot instead would be for something else. So it would be defense, weaken, 3 poisons. So I think it would be difficult to fit in 2 poisoners with this guy. He definitely is a really cool champion. The way that I've built him right now, Relentless set and a speed set, I've got a ton of speed, 223 100% crit, 233 critical damage, 226 accuracy, and 4000 attack. We'll go right in a bit to showcase his skills and how much damage he does. Honestly, you can't really use him in arena since he only has single targeting skills. He does have Giant Slayer in this build right now, so not really an arena build, more so for dungeons, being Fire Knight, I would say Spider, Ice Golem, not so much, he's weak affinity there. Spider, Dragon, I think he would be good because he does apply poisons, but he wouldn't really help with the waves because of the way that he is. Because the ways you really need AoE champion, so he won't be helping there. Maybe for the boss because of the poisons, but the temperature reduction does not apply there. So honestly, more of a Spider and a Fire Knight champion. So Giant Slayer in this build, getting methodical and also kill streak. Then going over to the support route, getting extra accuracy. Evil Eye is just amazing for dungeons, and then Master Hexer for those poison debuffs. Let's go over to the dungeons and test him out. So I'll show you guys the Fire Knight team that I had been testing him out. It's my normal Fire Knight team, honestly, where I do my usual fast runs. Instead of this guy, I would have had Cold Heart. So let's go over and see what he does with the defense down and weaken on the boss, and how much he helps there. So let's speed this up. I just want to see how much damage he does in these situations. Look at that, 32 and 33,000 on a defense down weaken target. Not that bad, but it's a single target. Remember that. There is triple hit there for about 70,000 in total, plus any procs. There's the Relentless set. Look at that. Some nice damage coming out of that Relentless set. But honestly, it's tough to get. Relentless are not so easy to get for a free-to-play. But if you're a mid spender, you usually might have a few sets available. Look at that. He does some good damage, but honestly, the waves are better dealt by AoE damage dealers. We're going to see the damage roundup in the end to definitely test out how much damage he did compared to everybody else who does have an AoE, and this guy doesn't. There's his skill there, only 20,000 plus So 1 minute in to the boss, not a bad time, not a great time either. There's his skill there. 6. Come on, bring the shield down. Oh man. There's his decreased turn meter skill. There's the defense down, and I want to see him get some procs as well. There's the decreased speed there from his A1. So this definitely helps on bosses. And we get some lucky procs there. We should be getting Cold Heart right now. Big burst. No. There's nowhere to run. Look at that. 20 plus, I don't know, 2 procs of Giant Slayer there, about 30,000. Did Cold Heart use her A3 or not? Exhaustion there, and come on, go there. Killer's Bile, 51, 60, 46,000. That's because of all the poisons already on the target. You get a ton of benefit right there, and boom, Cold Heart there to finish it off. So overall, in terms of damage, he was second to Cubitus. Cubitus does have a ton of damage with his AoE attacks. Cold Heart did 483,000, I think, because she didn't use her A3 that often on the boss. And then Fenshi with the 950,000 on a single target, which is amazing. Of course, you do need good gear. You do need the Great Hole bonuses. I'm not really recommending to going away from Brogni just to pick this guy up. But if you did pick this guy up, then he will be useful for some bosses. So next, let's go over to the Spider. No, to Dragon. To Dragon is where you might need him as a poisoner. So I'll have him as the guy in there, and we'll test out how much he can help in terms of just progressing through. I don't think you'll be able to really take down the waves if you don't have any kind of AoE. Defense down is really required to bring down waves, and this will not do it. So I'll skip it right to the boss, and where we're really gonna see how much he helps there. So now we're at the boss, guys. We'll be using Fenshi to just see and how much damage he can do. Honestly, it's all through the poison, since his skills don't really do so much, especially without a defense down and no poisons down. So we got 2 poisons from him. There's no well, we got Fire King there. He does apply poisons. I don't even know if I have any accuracy on Fire King, so we'll have to see in a bit. Come on, 3 poisons. Come on, Fenshi, do something here. There's 18,000 crits. Nothing too crazy. I think the most utility that Fenshi brings is that defense, that speed down, and also that defense ignore on his A3 when lots of poisons are on there. But honestly, I wouldn't really go crazy over him compared to actually picking up Brogni. I think Brogni, in terms of effusion, we have him already going live. Is just picking up all those fragments. The biggest difficulty will be finishing off those arena tests where you need to get 455 points to pick up at least 15 fragments for Mordecai, and then there's going to be more summoning events and summoning tournaments where more fragments are going to be available there, and that's the real test. Honestly, Fenshi is a cool champion, a cool concept, but he's not bringing something amazing to the table. For example, like Mordecai, who has a HP burn on an AoE skill, 100% chance to apply. It's very, very different, and I think Mordecai is way more worth it in terms of epic. So a cool damage dealt overall here, 1.8 million with Fenshi, but that's because of all the poisons. He did help us bring down the dragon, but I mean, any other poisoner would have done the same. Even a frozen banshee is great on the dragon, even if she's like neutral affinity compared to Fenshi being strong affinity on the dragon. So overall, I'm just gonna give this guy a B in terms of epics. He's definitely worthwhile to sacrifice compared to everybody else that's available for Brogni. I would just go for Mordecai if you're not gonna go for Brogni. Do your best to get Mordecai, and Fenshi gets like a B from me in terms of epics. He's definitely not A. He's definitely not SS tier. So yeah, he's not up there with Miscreated Monster and all the other epics that are definitely the game changers to an account. So Fenshi is really a pass, even with all this gear that I have equipped on him. Thank you guys for watching this video guide of Fenshi. What do you think of him? Are you gonna be going for him just to have an extra epic instead of going for Brogni? What do you think of all the 4 other epics, and which one would you want to see in a video? Leave it down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and guys, I'll see you next one. See ya.